Mm-hmm. So, mm, well,
Careful.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Squeeze me. It's your boy Seth. Let's go fly around. We'll do a couple of freelance and then we'll do an actual cargo mission. Alright, so we'll go. So that's 19,000. These are all real places. I've literally Googled these places today and they actually do all exist. Maze unfortunately doesn't exist anymore due to the highway going from Hallswell to Rolleston because they had to get the land back to the NZTA. Well, not once. What's that? We've got... Fly away, fly away. Alrighty. Beautiful day for a flight. But cloudy. Just hit the phone. Valve open. W. Mixture's fine, throttle's empty. Was boarding.
Ready for boarding, Amanda.
Well noted.
See if I can do this actually. What am I missing?
Hi there.
Here we go.
Great day for flying, isn't it? Your guest on board today is David.
Hi, David.
He's got his sister with him. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're set. Let's go, Captain. Thumbs up.
Next taxi.
November Zulu Whiskey Lima traffic. UPS Kilo Sierra, November 1412, is taxiing to runway 04. November Zulu Whiskey Lima.
I'll tell you straight up, I'm not feeling very confident, but I do trust you, Captain. I'm David, by the way.
I've had ours.
Hi, I'm Allison, David's sister.
of flights in this plane. Apparently, this engine's got 10 flights in it. Okay.
November Zulu Whiskey Lima traffic. UPS Kilo Sierra, November 1412. Taking off runway 04. Departure to the south. November Zulu Whiskey Lima.
I thought I would be more scared, but so far I'm okay.
This will climb, so we continue straight down, so we're having to taxi all the way down. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to check some of the code. Alrighty.
Feeling a bit anxious, but there's no backing out now. So far, so good.
Up, up and away we go.
so smooth on the radio, Captain. Makes it look easy. I'd have a hard time flying the aircraft and talking with the ground at the same time, that's for sure.
It's a beautiful day.
Nice to have your feet on the ground, but that doesn't prepare you for how breathtaking the view is from up here.
In front of us.
I thought I'd be dizzy up here, but I'm feeling right at home.
You're only like, I think I'm feet up. You should be fine. Who keeps staring me like that?
Evolution 22.
Alright. That's me.
I'm obsessed with this place. I'm gonna get a legendary photo album, trust me.
So WWE Raw this week. You guys want my thoughts? Because I've got thoughts. Do any what you want. Oh.
Seeing all this, it's incredible. Rolling out the red carpet for us. I'm feeling better now. I'm almost enjoying the ride.
Big thanks to our pilot. Captain, you're really looking out for us.
Something
That's
wrong
great.
with the line guy? Okay, yeah. Alright. Coming up to reverse real quick. Since it's such a climb, I'll take my time a little bit.
Hey, Captain, it must be great seeing the sunset from up here.
It is, but when the wind picks up, the wind picks up. It's not speed big bits, I don't penalised. Flip is white and white. This is when you see the people. A lot of fun waiting when you see the city.
The town over here. Just great.
Oh yeah, good. And the town's great apparently. Very cool way. Super, super.
Look, it's better than a postcard.
I hope so.
Last but not least, thanks for showing us that. I've done some sightseeing missions and it's been so long, it's not fun. So cheesy. The maze. I love the place.
That's why, yeah. We're not obviously designing this game yet. They did actually hit the maze here, but since they finished the motorway there. Just a little.
Maze Maze was Christchurch's own horror maze. It's the name that was made in Cornfield. First doing this big ass circle, we'll take a right turn, start heading back towards the Christchurch International Way somewhere. Templeton Highway. Coming for this landing.
November Zulu Whiskey Lima traffic. UPS Kilo Sierra November 1412. 6 miles south, 1100. Inbound to land. Runway 04. November Zulu Whiskey Lima.
It's like we don't have any sense of scale from up here.
Well, again, David, we're only 1,200 feet up. Hitting the tree, and we have a nice smooth landing. Yeah, you're right.
Are you okay? Not too scared?
Not at all. I'm too impressed to be scared.
Well, at least I impressed the locals. I hope. Need that needle to move. Clouds are a bit worrying.
Such a stunning view.
That it is, my friend. Such a stunning view. You should jump out and see if you can fly yourself. Do I really have to follow the traffic pattern though? Is it really a necessity? Okay, around and down. Now what the traffic? started to turn. That's the problem with using the stick over radio. Sit up. Runs about probably 260, just a tad. Could give me some pump. We'll do it as they recommend. Should be sweet. I shouldn't get penalized too much. Next turn. It does get the altitude out at a more steady pace doing it this way than what I would normally do. Well, not even bother with that section I just did. I would just turn left and just go this way. Final two coming up and we're coming in for a landing. Let's hope and pray we don't break the landing gear. Let's go. Landing Quebec. We should have this.
November Zulu Whiskey Lima traffic. UPS Kilo Sierra November 1412 is on final. Runway 04. To land, November Zulu Whiskey Lima.
Hello, trees. Around the 500 now. Also not lined up properly. First landing in about a week. Oh, this is going to be fast and hard.
Perfect landing.
Okay, I'll take the perfect landing apparently. We'll soon see how perfect.
November Zulu Whiskey Lima traffic. UPS Kilo Sierra November 1412 is taxiing to parking. November Zulu Whiskey Lima.
Back to reality, folks. Hey, did you enjoy David? Ready to book another one?
Did I enjoy David? Yeah,
I'm ready
he
for
was-
another
he was
go-round,
fast.
Captain.
Loved it.
You turned your
Thanks.
passengers into flight addicts, haven't you? Anyway, I can see that anxiety has turned into excitement. Well done.
Alright, so... I was trying to turn up the avionics, but no, it wouldn't let me. I can understand 69% for that landing. Like, he was saying it was a perfect landing, and mind you, that was one of his first flights. So what A ranking shouldn't drop, I should go up just a tiny bit. Like I said, a tiny little bit. Alright, we're at 186,000. Alright, I still can't do them yet. But we're still at 186, so we're about halfway through getting there. Squeeze me. Alright, Louis. Ultramondo. That's to there. The Grand Caravan, which I don't really like flying the Grand Caravan. Hokitika Haast. I don't mind doing that flight. It's down the west coast. And it's a plane I know, so 3 knots all the way. Ooh. It's going to be a windy flight. Not gonna lie. We're checking the fuel. Manage the fuel. We'll just put in on an extra, say, no %. It's not me paying for the fuel. It's fine. She is a bit choppy and windy here. open. Standby battery just in case. Let's try that again.
Captain, are you ready? Great. It's Kirsty, your dispatcher, you know? Just a quick reminder about today's job.
Oh yeah.
You're carrying raw materials on this flight. Standard shipment for our partner based in Host, but super time critical. You must reach Host Aerodrome ASAP. The skids have a good tolerance with turbulences to preserve the cargo, but it's crucial you keep a smooth yet quick flight. If you also ensure timely arrival, you maintain our high standards of service excellence and everyone's satisfied. You have all the pertinent information in your flight packet as a reminder. Smooth sailing ahead.
Now it's taxi.
November Zulu Hotel Kilo traffic. UPS Sierra Foxtrot Papa 7510 is taxiing to runway 21. November Zulu Hotel Kilo.
But that's just my personal opinion. Well, that would have been insta-death. So a couple of caravans there. We're flying the 172 Cessna, which I am extremely comfortable in now. To the point now I'm doing my own startup. Well, that looks horrible. Runway 21.
November Zulu Hotel Kilo traffic. UPS Sierra Foxtrot Papa 7510. Taking off runway 21. West departure. November Zulu Hotel Kilo.
I should be able to push runway. I feel that wind. I can see it on the Monday. Reasonably good visibility. Turn around here.
Jam, was it?
With the van there, I exited with the van going across, well, it gets across that way, like straight on into us.
Yep.
There was as I was turning right, go to the left, which there was a cop car going the same way as the van is travelling. And as I exited the car park,
Yep.
there was a van down through right through the lake. Maybe just past, what's the, is it Edmonds?
Yep.
Just past there, a van with hazard lights on. Like,
Is
it's
it
yellow
red?
light. It's yellow lines down there. And then some car pulled up beside me to turn right off. So,
It's a red going on.
yeah.
Nothing to do with us.
Oh, I know.
So, currently, we're about to get the house. Bring the tire on. And I'm looking at a YouTube video.
still not happy with the title change. Not the dating title change. That was needed. 100% that was needed. But in saying that, the women's IC title, I do not understand why they took the title off Maxine this quickly. It's literally like they're trying to do a Jey Uso sort of thing, like, honestly, he didn't have the title for very long. It is for Jade Cargill, who has not had a televised title defense since winning the title over 60 days ago. There is something seriously wrong there. And I know what you guys can say. Well, there's been no real competitors. Because she turned into this uber bully who does not want to defend the title, who thinks she's all that. I kind of know where it's going. It's going to be Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. But we've got like 2 months before two and a half months before WrestleMania, right? That's another 60, 70 plus days. Was she not going to have a title defense to win? She's seen basically no ring action in 60 days, other than a handful of live shows. Okay, I get that she's portraying a character. She's trying to be. She did a big return. We're trying to push her as a monster. Sorry, that ain't gonna work. In my opinion, it ain't gonna work. Don't need to screw stuff up. Alright, I'm back. About 87 miles ago. Now, as I was saying before about JCAT, like, there is that 30-day clause. So it'll be interesting if Nick Aldis is actually going to do something about Jake Cargill and the lack of events. And the mention match was a non-title match. It was not booked as a title match. It was not advertised as a title match. We get next time, it's going to be West Coast actually get there. Especially on Queen Day is fine. And speaking of the women's division, there's rumours going around saying that Raquel should be fired. No. Because Stephanie came out of the moon moon, and whenever a wrestler comes out of the moon moon, you know they're legitimately injured. And here's the thing with that. As soon as she walked out, I was like, great, she's either going to be handing over the title, which she didn't do, which I'm grateful for, or the other thing that genuinely happens is they write them on TV, or guaranteed next week there'll be the start of a tournament to declare the new women's champion, and Raquel's going to go, well, I took her out, so it should be my title. Sorry, that's it. That's not the way it works around here. Mainland. That way, about 2,000 miles is straight. Australia-ish. Past the aerodrome. over those mountains is horrible. WWE as a whole, they need to do something about the women's division, especially the mid-card division. Well, I can see like a lot of female NXT stars coming up through. Ruka and the tag team partner coming from life for me. Jordan Grace is coming up. I believe she'll probably end up on, I'm hoping, Raw, because let's face it, Raw needs some female mid-cards. Because the mid-card division for both Raw and SmackDown is honestly a joke. The women's IC title US title they've got the talent, they just don't use the talent. And Becky Lynch winning it this early again, I am in disbelief. To my knowledge, there are only 3 people in the last 5 years that have been allowed to use the pole driver. Which has been, obviously, The Undertaker was a first-time pole driver, because that was his finishing move and it's safe. Holds them. No real potential of damage. Well, very close. That's why I'm getting that crossing right now. Kevin Owens, he was given permission to use the pole driver because it was safe. And obviously John Cena in the match with AJ Styles. CM Punk using the pole driver? That's risky. And honestly, I don't think he was really given permission for it. I could be 100% wrong. I know I have been known to be wrong in the past. Usos coming out from the crowd, basically going, wheel signal, challenging, run. They couldn't even go down to the ring, was that? I was expecting like the New Day to come out, someone to come out and challenge them, but no. Nothing, nada. And we can all see Judgment Day's cracking. Like, it's 2 of the 3 male stars are out with injury. Don't know how long JD's out for. Judy Dahmer's out indefinitely. So that leaves Finn. So Finn's obviously going to be going for a singles title at some point. And the women's side of Judgment Day, well, there is dissension in the ranks. Raquel going off doing what she did. We all know Liv wants the women's title. Wasn't even into Raw this week. Honestly, there was a couple of matches that they were really into, but ultimately the crowd was dead. And the whole Stranger Things thing, you would have thought they would have used the Stranger Things thing. They had it there. Would have made more sense to do the Everyone's match in that. But again, that was a SmackDown. I'll get on to SmackDown. Mentioned a few times, but they pushed the Stranger Things so hard, it felt so pushed and so corporate from Netflix themselves. They just honestly want the free advertising. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure Stranger Things is a great show. Never watched it myself. County Highway. Just past Port going to try at Royal Rumble to win the Rumble. Do I think he's going to win? No. I don't think he's going to win the new Royal Rumble. Do I think he may win the Elimination Chamber? Again, no, I do not believe he's going to win the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to throw out a couple of theories, let's just say. Who do I think is going to win the Royal Rumble? Roman Reigns. It's going to set up Cody versus Roman, part 3. I think is going to win the men's elimination chamber. Now you got to think, you look at the WrestleMania promos, and this is what I'm basing a lot of my predictions in that on. They have certain superstars in those promos. Ron Breaker is not one of them. Drew McIntyre is not another. I'm looking at the men's side here, and you've got CM Punk. Seth Rollins is in those promos as well. Brock Lesnar. Now, in the current storylines right now, you don't see Brock at all. You can't even see where he's going to fit in this whole scenario of wrestling. I believe, and I don't think he's actually won an elimination chamber. Is he even competed in one? That's the next question. Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know if he's even competed in an elimination chamber. I'm going to have to find that one out. And generally I'm pretty good with my especially knowledge of like Attitude Era stars coming in, and then even the Ruthless Aggression era, the PG era. Because yeah, we don't have Money in the Bank until after WrestleMania. There's no Money in the Bank contract actually outstanding at the moment, so and we all know Brock Lesnar's allegiance to Paul Heyman. And we all know that Seth's going to be back before WrestleMania. And we all know his hatred towards CM Punk. There could be another reason why CM Punk's still holding on to the title. And the fact that CM Punk laid Heyman out, thank you Punk for doing that, by the way, that made me smile. It made me smile as much as when Randy Orton came back for the first SmackDown. Not only did he RKO Miz once, but twice. That made big smiles on my face. If I was to compare the first SmackDown and the first Raw of the year, SmackDown's going to win it, hands down. Even with Drew being typical Drew, going into someone's house and stealing something. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're about to say. But Cody's bus isn't his home. But yes, but that's where his wife does sleep. His kids do sleep. They're literally the same thing. And Cody didn't even go into Drew's house. That whole altercation happened outside the house, and WWE like to do these sort of storylines. Like, superstars turning up to other superstars' houses. So when they're to remind you of when Triple H turned up to Randy Orton's house and threw him through a window. That still brings back great memories. It used to be simple, so I'm glad I gave myself. From this country. But The Miz is doing what The Miz should be doing. Being a whiny little girl, which he's best at. He's best at getting emotions out of people which aren't genuinely there. He's been doing this since day one. And the whole, I beat John Cena at WrestleMania. He did it with Howard. He did it with The Rock's help. He forgets to mention just that little detail.
next door in the shed. I don't believe in keeping dogs in the shed all day, especially in summer. I felt bad about putting my dog in the cage last night for half an hour. But at the end of the day, she could come and deserve it. She was not listening to me. But anyway, getting back to the whole I get distracted very easily. Like, playing simulation games like this enables me to actually have these conversations about wrestling. Charlotte, I believe, is going to turn on Elizabeth at some point very soon. And it's going to be when they don't win the titles of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I believe that they're taking those titles into Mania. When Jade first won the title, it's not defended it. There's one person she did it was a little teaser, but it is what it is, was Charlotte Flair. I believe Charlotte's going to stomp it for that. Charlotte's going to be going back to her old routine. Because once they have to take team match with Rio and like Io Sky, she's going to blame Lexi for them not being able to capture the titles back. Coming up. Southern part of South Island. Over here somewhere. And it's going to be Jade Cargill versus let's say Rhea Ripley. Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania. Again, on the women's side of things, you've got to look at who's at that table. You've got Io, you've got Rhea. You've got Charlotte, you've got Jade. And you've got Tiffy. Tiffy will be coming back. We all know that. She'll be going after a title, no doubt. That could be a three-way for the title. I did not think of that one earlier. It's going to be a three-way for the title of WrestleMania. Jade, Tiffy, Charlotte. Kind of a repeat of what they did years ago with Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda Rousey. I could be wrong. I believe Tiffy will be coming back from the Women's Royal Rumble. You gotta think, she won the Money in the Bank. The first attempt at Money in the Bank. She won. She's going to win the Rumble. She's going to win the Monty title. Because if I remember correctly, she never got a title ring. Yeah, no, she didn't get a title ring. Jade hasn't defended it. But honestly, that woman's title was defended the second most amount of times that last year. The title that just beats it. I think she had like 24 wins last year. Tiffy herself. The only title that beats it is not the World Heavyweight title. It's not even the Tag Team Championship. They were fairly good people last year. Between the Judgment Day and the New Day, interesting that they're making up today, it was barely defended. It was defended at least than when the Usos had it. But when they're in the Bloodline, at least they actually know what it's like to be like champions. Whether they're running as a heel or babyface. The championship that was most defended last year, what? Oh, that one. Oh, was the US Championship. Was the US Open Challenge. That title is the most. It's the hottest title on WWE brands right now. That's including NXT as well. But the matches alone, mwah, beautiful matches. The superstars that they're elevating like Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, even Tommaso Ciampa. I have some sad news about Tommaso. I hope it's only a rumour, but it sounds like he's not coming back. His contract's coming up to an end, and he doesn't want to resign with the company. It's not because he's an arsehole, because we all know he is. He's also one of the best technical wrestlers that NXT has ever produced. And if you try and argue that Gunther is better than Tommaso Ciampa, I will sit here and have a 20-minute argument with you about why that is not true. For some reason, WWE likes to protect foreign heels. I don't understand why. Sure, he was a great champion in NXT UK. He has some banger of matches with like Pig Dunne, and everyone over there. I can't remember exactly who else was in NXT UK. But before they got shut down, that was an amazing promotion. That was back when they were trying to have like NXT in like all major like foreign countries. Like they were kind of hoping idea having one in Australia. Since so many years, a lot of Australian talent on WWE TV right now. You got Rhea Ripley. You got Bronson Reed, who, due to no fault of his own, is kind of being very standard because he's playing second fiddle to Ron Green. And the celebrity, he's not a wrestler, cannot convince me that Logan Paul is a wrestler. Sure, he's been turning up to Raw every week. Good on him. That's his job now. So, it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot take, but since Brian energy drinks have gone from being $8 to $10 a bottle, like I can go to the supermarket right now, you'll see it in the bargain bin for 99 cents. No one wants that trash. Talk to a lot of... Yeah, it's literally in the bargain basement. Like, you can go to any supermarket in New Zealand and it's ridiculous. Cynical miles back. But in conclusion of my kind of rant about wrestling the last half an hour, there will be a full breakdown on the wrestling someone please inform me, is Drew McIntyre going for doing the 3 Stages of Hell on Friday Night SmackDown, or is it Bash of Berlin? Because conflicting information. I'm gonna quickly, I don't believe there's a PLE over there this week. Bash and no, there is no Bash in Berlin. So yes, it is at SummerSlam. SmackDown this week. 3 Stages of Hell. It's literally a PLE or old school pay-per-view caliber match. It's going to be held at SmackDown. Okay, great. Gotta love it for the German crowd. And also for my one of my subscribers, I believe the name is Lewis. I can never pronounce it properly. I hope you have fun at SmackDown this week. It's going to be a great show for you. Get lots of pictures and just go have fun. I'm a little bit jealous. I can't even remember the last time WWE Japan was jealous. What being like 2017, 18? I know it was before COVID. That wind is nasty. It's a nasty puppet. So again, Drew is going to be losing, in my opinion, and this is my prediction. Again, I could be wrong. Drew's going to be losing to Cody. Cody's going to go into WrestleMania. It's either going to have a one-on-one match with Roman Reigns, or it's going to be a three-way between Roman, Cody, and Brock. That one makes no sense to me. Brock's going to be helping out Heyman. He knows this. Alright, so we've got my prediction was Cross Promotion, Jericho, Mount Perfect Rangers. Looks like we're starting to see how to see it. Finally, after me rambling on about wrestling for the last while. But, in saying that, there is a lot to unpack from this week's. Especially Raw, like, I hope they don't try and push another TV show like they tried to push Stranger Things. They could have done so much better with that whole thing. Like, you could have had people backstage playing some D&D. No, you had the Ivanov brothers in a boat, trying to figure out how the boat works. And since Becky won the title, we know she's not going to do that. She's going to be like Jay. She won't give another match to Maxine, guaranteed. Or if she does, she will use the same stipulation that she used for Lyra Valkyrie. If you lose to me again, we can no longer go for this title while I'm champion. And my partner actually asked me a darn good question the other day. Since Becky lost the Women's IC title, does that mean that Lyra could actually go for it? Lyra's kind of in the middle of the whole tag team situation. It's a good thing that her and Bayley are a team. They're both as crazy as one another. I swear it. I swear Bayley's craziness is contagious. please, please, please. Yeah! But yeah, as I was saying, one they could have done Stranger Things theme a lot better, like the props at ringside and all that. It distracted from the actual wrestling show. I see why I have to climb up to the this updraft is not good. Now my question is going to be this: who is the Usos? Who are the Usos going to be competing against? Is it going to be a classic New Day feud? Kind of can't do it without Big E, in my opinion. They honestly can't do it without Big E. Big G, he's got something else to worry about. Even though certain people I've talked to disagree with what I'm about to say. They think that Grayson Waller's moved on, that Austin Theory has moved on. They were a tag team for a very long time. There is still some bad blood. Like Austin Theory saying that he's just going to take what's his. He's not going to wait for opportunities. He's going to create his own. I hate flying on the West Coast. Ooh, I'm right next to those mountains. And that when it comes off those mountains, because New Zealand, where it is in the world, it's in the roaring 40s. Like, wind picks up on the oceans, and there's a lot of oceans that way. Also from the Pacific, because we're next to, very close to Antarctica. Arguably the closest to Antarctica. Hence why the US fly to New Zealand, fly to Christchurch, and then fly from Christchurch all the way down to the base down there. Getting back to my whole wrestling thing, what I haven't uncovered. Jordan Grace, either brand that she lands on, she's going to make an impact. It would be awesome to see her going up against Jade Cargill, but that would require Jade Cargill actually getting in the ring. Actually having to go to work. Which I don't think she knows how to do right now. I think when she won the title, she lost the wrestling gear. Or maybe false. Half was the closest one now. 17 miles ago. Yee-hoo! It's been a long flight. Like that. Like this one. Is it straight in? No, but it's not. Let's just have a little look see. That's one of those ones.
cheating at war games. Because my understanding of the war game rules, once you enter the ring, because this is why they grab weapons before they walk into the cage, because as soon as you walk into that cage and the door is shut, you cannot leave, otherwise you forfeit the match for your team. The match should have been forfeited the second that Brock Lesnar, I haven't been able to cover this by the way, before when Brock Lesnar jumped back out of the ring, and I think Roman Reigns was coming down, the team should have been disqualified. Out there, go and replace the Sami Zayn. Or Sami Zayn got replaced at him, right? And then they go backstage, and then Dragon Lee gets involved, and Dragon Lee, or the other one, I can't quite remember right this second, but the fact of the matter of Sami Zayn, again, it's been going to be left out of this whole situation. Sammy's going on about how his son asked him, why don't you have that title, Dad? On the blokes or something. So honestly, I don't think the company trusts him to be able to actually handle the pressure. They see him in the same light as like Daniel Bryan. Honestly see him in that light.
November Zulu Hotel Tango traffic. UPS Sierra Foxtrot Papa. 7510. 5 miles northeast, 2500. Inbound to land. Runway Tree. November Zulu Hotel Tango.
Start to slow down for our descent, but not too slow. I'm not going to bring the flaps out just yet. I will get back to the whole wrestling conversation. So a little bit more to unpack on that, and what will WWE's response be to Raquel attacking her name eludes me. Stephanie. Not Triple H's wife. She was basically, she was a horrible wrestler. Great promoter. Same with the father. Should not have been in the ring. She's down there. Two choices over there. I could skip the slow descent. Or do the slow descent. Skip the slow descent. I reckon it works. The Haast River. I don't think you that far away from the ocean. You think? Radio. We'll do it properly. But I really don't wanna. Alright. Get these flames up. Go down. What sort of runway do we have? I'm going to need to get low and slow. That's a short runway. Runway 03. Maintain the speed for this landing, then once you've got the landing hopefully sorted, I will finish up my thoughts on SmackDown and Raw this week. I haven't even covered, and I don't think I even want to cover the whole Gunther situation. At one point, while he's been in WWE, yes, he's held a title for, I think it was 85 to 75% of the time, right? They can't claim that now. They've tried to turn them into what Randy Orton used to be. A so-called Legion killer. Killing the careers of legends. But we all had the feeling, well, I had the feeling that John Cena was going to tap. Like, that was just my thoughts there. It was giving up his wrestling career, so of course he's going to give up. Fine.
500.
That's my runway, and yeah, that is short.
November Zulu Hotel Tango traffic. UPS Sierra Foxtrot Papa 7510 is on final. Runway Tree. To land, November Zulu Hotel Tango.
Landing doesn't matter too much. Still want to make sure it's a good lead. Now for the flight itself. Come on, girl. Pull it together. Woo! We made it! Oh, that was a flight. Gunther and the whole, because we knew about AJ's retirement tour, it's kind of following suit after Cena. Kind of a good way to go out. You let the fans actually say goodbye. Of course, the old adage in sports entertainment, you go out on your back. Which is what Cena did. He left his boots, well, shoes. He could have worn the pump-up ones, like, come on, Cena.
November Zulu Hotel Tango traffic. UPS Sierra Foxtrot Papa 7510 is taxiing to parking. November Zulu Hotel Tango.
And yeah, he retired Goldberg. Goldberg should have been retired 5+ years ago. He should never had that match in Saudi Arabia with The Undertaker. Like, that was just a disastrous match. What are they going to use him to retire every single aging wrestler? Or is he going to retire next after... I don't understand that, because Gunther is not exactly a young wrestler. Oh my goodness, that's a really good one. So, it's going to be after AJ Styles. It's going to be Brock Lesnar. Because if Brock Lesnar loses to Gunther, there is something seriously wrong with WWE's brain cells. Like, even at Lesnar's advanced stage, he should be able to easily dispose of Gunther. Gunther, we all gave John Cena so much grief about having the 5 moves of doom. Gunther has 3. He will German suplex you, which he kind of stole off Lesnar, to be honest. Got a suplex sitting. He will chop you, and then he will give you the hugs from behind. If you don't know what I mean by that, go ask your parents. So, oh, even bad weather bonus. Yeah, let's go. Oh, that's a nice big jump. 46. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go pick up my kids in about 10 minutes. So I will be back tomorrow with some more flying. And I'm going to also watch NXT tonight, so I can actually give you guys an actual breakdown on that. But my final thoughts on Gunther is... why? Literally, I ask you guys, why? Till then, guys,